time isn't just ticking away on our watches. Ancient cultures understood something profound about special moments that modern science is just starting to validate. Today, we're exploring how different civilizations have tried to capture these perfect instances of clarity and meaning.
That's fascinating. How did ancient peoples conceptualize these special moments differently from regular time?
Well, take the Greeks, for example. They had this brilliant distinction between chronos, which is ordinary time, and kairos, which represents those perfect moments when everything aligns. It's like when you're so absorbed in something that hours feel like minutes.
That reminds me of how modern productivity research shows similar patterns in flow states.
Exactly right, and here's where it gets really interesting. Studies show that using multiple monitors can increase productivity by up to 42% because it creates this flow state that mirrors these ancient concepts of special time. It's like we're engineering our own kairos moments through technology.
Hmm. So, we're essentially using modern tools to tap into something the ancients understood intuitively?
Right, and this connects to something called the trisecta approach. It's about combining different elements to create something greater than their parts. Like how the Liber Graduum, this ancient text, talked about different levels of spiritual understanding.
That's such an interesting parallel between ancient wisdom and modern productivity techniques.
And you know what's fascinating? These concepts keep showing up across cultures. The Mesoamerican civilizations had these elaborate flower wars that were all about capturing these perfect moments of spiritual significance.
Though I imagine their interpretation of these concepts took some dark turns at times.
Absolutely right, which brings us to this important point about how some ideas are almost impossible to explain properly. It's like what Terry Goodkind wrote through his character Nikki. Trying to explain these concepts is like speaking Greek to someone in ancient Rome.
Well, that makes me think about how AI is being used today to bridge similar gaps in understanding.
That's exactly where I was going with this. AI isn't some eternal truth, but it's becoming this powerful tool for processing complex information, kind of like how those ancient cultures used ritual and ceremony to understand deep concepts.
Though we should probably keep in mind that warning about zeal without knowledge leading to a fall.
You know, that's such a crucial point. It's like that biblical proverb about building the assembly line first before moving forward. We need to understand the foundations before we can really grasp these deeper concepts.
So, how do you see all these pieces fitting together the ancient wisdom, modern technology, and eternal truths?
Well, it's fascinating because we're seeing this convergence. Studies show that when people work with multiple monitors in an optimal setup, they're actually creating conditions similar to what ancient meditation practices tried to achieve this state of perfect focus and flow.
That's really something to think about how we're using technology to recreate these ancient states of consciousness.
And here's the really mind-bending part. Research suggests that these kairos moments, these perfect instances of alignment, actually change how our brains process information. We're not just working faster, we're working differently.
It sounds like we're coming full circle from ancient wisdom to modern technology and back again.
Exactly, and maybe that's the real lesson here. Whether we're talking about multiple monitors, ancient texts, or artificial intelligence, we're all trying to create those perfect moments where everything clicks into place. It's about finding those universal patterns that connect us across time.
And perhaps understanding that these moments are both timeless and uniquely personal is the greatest wisdom of all.